Here's a property strategy that I used to make 1.2 million in 2022. Welcome back to the channel. Last year, we did about £2.6 million in booked revenue, of which £1.2 million is in the bank. And yes, that is direct revenue in fees from deal packaging. For those that don't know me, my name is Jamie York. I've been investing in property for 10 years now, and I make most of my money in property through deal packaging. But what the hell is it? The easiest way to think about this is kind of like an estate agent. You know, you've got property on the one side there, you've got the agent in the middle there, and then you've got a buyer over here. Let's call him Steve over here, and they make their money in the middle. But as a deal packager, the only difference is that it's you in the middle. We're going to say you are Pete. And instead of charging the vendor, the person selling the property, you are charging the investor. Now, the great thing about this is you're kind of like a personal shopper, that you've got all of the criteria, and then when you're putting in the offers on the property, you already know it ticks the boxes. The other cool thing is it makes a lot more money. We charge £6,500 per property, per investor, for each property that we actually facilitate. Now, the great news with this, and some things that I always loved about it, is you don't need a mortgage, which a lot of people think they need when getting into property. You don't need a lot of time. You need 10 hours a week, which if you can't invest 10 hours, then you're not prioritizing this high enough. You do not need a load of money. Now, of course, you need some money, but I think with your compliance, marketing, and your education, that can come within £3,000. Now, £3,000 to get everything you need to start making 5-10 grand a month from property, I think is an absolutely insane return on investment. And finally, you don't need a load of experience. Now, you have to start from somewhere in property, and every single person that owns 100 properties bought one property. Every single person that's packaged 1,000 deals packaged their first deal. The person that's got developments everywhere developed their first property. Now, the great thing about it is there's also no risk. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're anything like me, a right greedy bastard that I am, I see a property and I'm just like, I want it. I don't want to give that away, but it saddens me to admit this. I run out of money sometimes. But you do. You're going to run out, right? So I'm aiming to buy about 60 units a year. And that will be individual buy-to-lets and then buying blocks as well. But if I'm trying to purchase 60 properties in my area, like really for the deposit, the fees, etc. of where I'm buying, that's going to be realistically about £50,000. That's for the deposit. That's not cash purchases, right? So I'm looking at £50,000 per property. Well, if I times that by 60, that's going to be times by 10, 500,000, times that by 6, £3 million. Dun, dun, dun. That's a lot of money. Now, interestingly, that is about how much money I make per year at the moment from my active income streams after everything. But is it just property that I'm going to funnel that into? No, I do need to eat some food every now and then, okay? I also need to fund the growth of the business. If I don't want to develop the business any further, then cool. But actually, I want to grow, I want to get bigger, I want to add more value to people. So 60 properties is a lot. But when I'm finding 30 to 40 properties a month, per month, what am I then going to do? Well, I've already done the hard work, and it's not just me. Obviously, I've got a team doing this now, but I've done all the hard work. They viewed the property. They've got the offer accepted, but sorry, guys and girls, I don't have the money, so now we can't do it. Well, no, this is where it's really powerful to not just be me at the front. I'm going to make myself strong and happy on this one, okay? It's not just me at the front. I'm representing Pete. I'm representing Dave. I'm representing Sarah. I'm representing Esmeralda. sure there's one of you watching. Okay, all of these people representing investors. And so when I'm going out there, I can comfortably say, hey, I'm looking to purchase property myself, and I'm putting in this offer on behalf of myself, and if it doesn't work for me, one of my investors. And so it gives me that sort of power. So if you think about this logically, let's use the lower number. If I'm looking to take on 5 a month, which is 60 over the year, and we find 30, that means there's only 25 left after I've purchased mine. Now, I don't tend to just go, oh, that one, that one, that one. They come up as they come up. So if I make 25 times my £6,500 fee, that's £162,500. Now, of course, you need to pay your team for that. But let's just use this just as rough math. If I times that by 4 using a 25% deposit, now again, I get it, there's fees, there's payments, just for the sake of this. We times that by 2, which is 325, you've got £650,000 worth of property that you can purchase using that money. Well, guess what? The average property price that I buy is around that £110,000, which is about 550,000 of property. So essentially, what I get to do is package 5 for every 1 property that I can end up purchasing. So for those of you that are watching that are thinking, I don't have a load of time, I don't have a lot of experience, I want to build my portfolio, but I don't have the money. Well, great news. You can utilize deal packaging. You package 5 properties. From that, you get your 5 times, in my case, the 6,500, which is going to be £32,500. And then you can use that to purchase your own property with a slightly weird roof on the right-hand side, which is going to pay me my cash flow, which eventually allows me to have financial freedom, which really is the ultimate goal that we're looking to achieve, because making the money is right and good, but you want to have some fun whilst you're doing it, right? So deal packaging for me is the ultimate strategy where it reduces the risk. I can create a service, add a load of value, hopefully to you guys and my investors, and build my portfolio alongside it. Now, that's just a very brief overview. And if you're watching this and you want to learn directly from me and you want paid for education where you've got a structured program and more of my time, and maybe you want to talk to one of my team about, can we make that possible for you? Then put education in the comments or click the link in the description and we'll be in touch. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe and the notification bell so I can see you in further videos and add as much value as possible. And of course, it helps me out tremendously if you just lightly destroy the like button on the way to watching the next video.